The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 29. You have the NASDAQ up 9. S&Ps are up 6.5. Gold contract up $6.30, trading at $1,254 an ounce. We have silver up 4 cents, $18.23 an ounce. Bonds, the 10-year note up 4 ticks, 125.05. 30-year bond up 6 ticks, 151.22. Bottom line, King dollar up 69 ticks, 100.510. And yesterday we start the show. It's a rocket.
180 about.
Yeah, I believe it got up to 190.
Yeah.
Intraday, and then see ya. Don't want to be ya. No two ways about that.
It was at 2 p.m. and we were talking about it.
Yeah,
of course, those Fed minutes.
Those Fed minutes come out. Bottom line is it's not even that there was a lot in the Fed minutes. The bottom line, though, just took it south big time.
Yeah.
Let's go over to my man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here at 2 o'clock, at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
We wish we had another 2 o'clock
Oh, I'm
today,
telling
right?
you, man, no doubt. And right here at TFNN, 12 o'clock every trading day, you can get swim lessons right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com, you hit Tiger TV, you're going to get some great information about how options work, how futures work, where you want to be, and what defined risk is all about. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. How's everybody doing?
Hey, we got some quick movement from that VIX at 11 to 12.5, didn't we?
Boy, I tell you, what a difference an hour makes.
Yeah.
Even. Yesterday, it reminded me of the old days when the market wouldn't move like that. That was an old market move right there, right? An announcement came out at 1 o'clock, and all the bids just left.
What's the market doing reacting to news? I'm lost.
Yeah,
exactly. Wait, we didn't just ignore or shake off some negative news. We actually reacted to it.
Right?
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
On the trading floor, we used to call that reverse throttle.
Yeah. And, well, what's amazing is that, and I heard this on Bloomberg, and I went back and looked at it this morning, that was the largest reverse since February of 2016 intraday.
It would make sense,
Yeah,
right?
we haven't had a lot of them.
No, and that used to happen, like, not all the time, but you'd have 5 or 6 of those a year, easy, whether it's up or down. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Right.
So it's going to get intriguing.
Right. I mean, you know what it does? I think a lot of things changed yesterday. The Fed minutes, they talked about unwinding the bond position, right?
Yes.
And then Paul Ryan comes out yesterday afternoon and is a little less committed to how difficult it's going to be to get taxes done. And, that kind of just made the market pause a little bit. And, it was like 6 or 7 different little things came out that just kind of shook the market a little bit.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I was trying to figure out what, my take on it is that when markets go up or down, they're either buying or selling, period. But there always seems to be a catalyst. And when Ryan was saying that, okay, this is going to be harder than, the health bill, well, guess what? So do we have two more years? And we know that they've been trying to get taxes done since the last one. The last major one was 1986. So it's like 2017.
Right. So this is going to be, and it's not surprising, right? And I personally, Tom, think Janet Yellen talking about unwinding the bond position, I think that's a big deal.
Definitely.
Right? Because that's going to make the 10-year yield rise and bonds go lower if they're, that's a big portfolio they have to unwind.
No doubt. Now, when I was on, because I was on live at 3 in the afternoon, Kevin, as we're coming into the close, right? And I was kind of explaining that, hey, listen, when you look at Amazon, when you look at these high flyers, I mean, who wouldn't take some money? Amazon, 9 trading days ago was 833. It got up to 923.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know, that would make sense. Now, after the close, folks, this is amazing because we go through this all the time, meaning I'm always looking at how much Bill Gates has sold and all that. But after the close, Jeff Bezos come out and he said that he's going to start selling $1 billion a year right now to in order to fund his Blue Origin.
Right.
And I thought that, wow, what a day to say this, right?
I guess, yeah.
You know?
So by my calculations, he's going to be selling for 77 years.
That's
then,
what I was
right?
just about to do the math too. It's
Yeah.
like nothing, you know. It really is nothing. $1 billion. The stock's at $1,000.
Oh yeah, no.
Which is so.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying in the context of what it is. It's like, okay, and I don't blame him. I'd sell too.
Right. No. And what's he have? 90 million shares of it, right? The stock's at $1,000. What's funny is, 1,000 people usually trade. A lot of people trade in 1,000 shares, right?
Oh yeah.
You're trading 1,000 shares
Right.
of Amazon. That's $1 million.
I know.
So it goes pretty quick, and he's got 80 million shares of it.
Oh,
so
my God.
pretty mind blowing. Yeah.
Gotta love it. Hey, so what are we going to talk about today? Oh, hey, the IXM number comes out Monday too, right?
Monday.
Monday.
The IMX number will be out Monday.
Okay.
We'll get that live on the show at 11:30. Today I love Thursdays because Thursdays are all about futures.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
Okay,
so
good.
we're going to concentrate on futures today. We're going to talk about them from during the show. Thursdays is future day.
I like
We might get a little volatility, right? That's what I said to you as you were doing the show. Maybe 4 o'clock I came in here and,
we finally got some movement.
I said,
man.
maybe we'll see some movement, man.
And movement, folks, is a trader's best friend.
Yeah,
You know
up
that?
200, down 200. That'd be nice.
Totally.
In both directions,
Exactly.
right?
Up and down. I wasn't saying maybe down, right? I was saying maybe just some volatility,
A
man.
two-way market. I'm
Totally.
going right back to Mass this afternoon, man. Kevin, you have a great one, a safe one. We look forward to the show at noon.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks,
You
Kevin.
too. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's up 17. NASDAQ.
Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow Industrials right now are up 18. You get the Nasdaq up 3. S&Ps are up 5.5. And let's go over. We got natural gas numbers that are going to be coming across. So we are going to go look at the natural gas market. And folks, if you haven't tested the Nadex platform, great time to do it. You can come over to our website at TFNN. See the banner on the top of the side. You can test drive it. Bring up the exchange. They'll put $25,000 of paper money into your account so you can see how these defined option contracts trade. And of course, with volatility, it's always a little bit nicer.
That would help, right?
Yeah, totally. So let's see what we have happening here.
So we're
328, right?
Yeah, about 328. We're looking at the May contract in natural gas, pulling it up. This is, I jumped to the 11 a.m.s first, of course. The news is going to be coming out at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. We got about 11 minutes. So 328 is where we're trading. Looks like 325 is going to be an option.
Okay.
We got 20 cents in each one in terms of...
And in natural gas, folks, that's a fortune.
Yeah, right. That's it. You know, if you got to move to 345, that would be gigantic, right? And these are 20 cents dealing with $200. Now, again, we jump to it. This is going to have some bias to the upside, right?
Okay.
Because realistically, I mean, let's just see how this goes. Yeah, there's going to be a market to the downside, but it's so far out of the money, right? That I don't think this is probably going to set up ideally, unless you were like pretty bullish and just wanted to cover yourself for like a long shot to the downside. Okay. That's how I look at this trade a little more.
We'll take a look at it as soon as we get it set up.
So here's the positive side, right? That's going to be where the intrinsic value is.
$42.
So $42, you know, and we're not getting in much above where it's at, you know.
Right.
And that's because, just like you were saying, you still have risk of 4 pennies, which is a lot.
Oh, it's huge.
Right, you know, yeah. So that's why the market isn't making you pay a ton of premium, because you have a pretty acceptable level of risk when you're talking about only a half hour of trading.
Right.
And then on the downside, the reverse, that's all going to be premium.
Okay, so now let's take a look at the contract.
So here's what I just want to emphasize, though, right? Because you always want to look at the market. When you get out of the money, we've talked about this in the binaries, the difference of the risk reward, right? What's the market maker willing to pay to sell this right now?
Okay.
They're willing to pay $1 just to put things. That's how out of the money it almost is.
Right.
And you're going to be paying $8. That's
Look
a big
at that.
difference.
That's amazing.
Okay, that's it. And that's why I said I looked real quick to say, is there even going to be a market for this?
Right.
Like, would the market maker even be willing to sell it?
Right.
For $1. Sometimes they're not. You know, the markets dry up if it's far enough away.
Right.
So that's why when I said it, this really isn't a volatility trade on both sides. This would be like a bullish trade with kind of a long shot insurance policy if you really got some pop to the downside that you could go. Because, you know, just that's important to realize when you say, oh, okay, 8 for 110, you know, for 190, or you know, 10 for 190, that looks legitimate. But it's like, be aware that, you know, there's a market maker out there willing to buy that from you, but if they're the ones going to be able to sell it, they're pretty much paying nothing for that option. So that's what I like to look at.
And we're dealing with the May contract.
Yes.
So let's see where we're at. And this is the delayed quote too, by the way, folks. Okay, so let's take a
It looks like it's bouncing around that same area though, from where it is live, 328.
Okay, so you tested the high yesterday. You get light volume in here today. You get strength at. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to do this one, but
finish that thought though. Wait.
But 319 is the last time with strength on
that's
this.
the top of the bar from
the 4th
Tuesday.
Yeah, the 4th at 920.
Okay.
You know?
319 is that what you said?
Yeah, 319 is the top of that bar. Then what you have is that you have the highs from yesterday. But that high from yesterday, we're at 329. That high from yesterday is only like 334.
Yeah.
You know, which would be a good trade, but
Sure,
I'm not taking that trade because it looks to me that you could come down. You don't have to go all the way down to 319. Of course, that would be a monster move. I don't see that, but you can see the first move this morning too.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. The first move this morning. See that bar there?
This one, down or up?
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
The first bar.
Right.
What time are you talking about?
I'm looking for the highest volume bar right there.
Okay.
So that's interesting. So that is up, 327 to 329.
That was right at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So let's just jump back again. So jumping around real quick, right? You could take a peek because what if you wanted to be slightly bearish, right? Maybe there's spreads with 330 being the point.
Yeah.
Right. So just when people are getting in there trying the demo, this is how my mind works in terms of. So let's just see if there is one that lines up a little bit better.
And we're going to go to the 12 o'clock.
And look
right?
at that. I didn't even know this was going to happen.
Okay.
Right. And it does. So these are the 12 o'clocks.
Okay.
And you have 330. Now here's a more acceptable trade for sure. You're much closer to the point that would use, right? Here's your positive side.
Yeah.
Here's your negative side.
Okay, let's take a look at this then.
Now this one, the value is going to be in the negative side because it's below, kind of our point that we're using as the floor and the ceiling.
Right.
So there we go. We got 21 to the downside, 14 to the upside, $35 total.
Yeah.
And that's using 330 now as your pivot. And this one's going to have a slightly bearish bias, only in that you have intrinsic value to the bearish side to begin with.
Right. And so you'd need, on the bearish side, I'd need, what, 324, right?
26.50. No, you're going 3.5 pennies away from 330.
Oh, 330, I got it.
Right,
That's interesting then.
Yeah.
That's not
so
far.
your break even becomes 26.50, 326.50, or 333.50.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, part of that premium you're paying for is you have till 12 o'clock as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now let's pull up the UNG as I do this. So the UNG, folks, is the ETF structure, and it has the volumes right with it. So look at that. That's oh man, this is actually saying that natural gas is going to go higher. So the UNG, that's a small ABC up. Look at that. Check out a B point. Check it out with volume. I can't wait to see this not come out now. Because that's the way that this baby is lined up right now.
So you're going to sit tight on this one? We'll
No,
see
I
how it
am.
plays. Yes.
I am.
Yeah, that's yes, I am. Not no, I am.
Yes, I am. The market out here, so if we take a look at that, the NQs for a second. So the NQs, they took a nice beating yesterday, thank God. They come down fast and furious. And, a lot, because we've gone up so dramatically at the Amazons, of the world.
Yeah, no, they've had a little bit more volatility to the upside. They might have a little bit more volatility to the downside.
And today, it's Viacom is down to 2%. You got Fox off 1.8. NVIDIA's down 1.2. Costco must have come in with numbers. That's up 2.6%.
Yeah,
sales
March
estimates
comp sales
beat. Yep, exactly. Inside the Dow Industrials, what do we have? You got Caterpillar is the leader out here. Actually, let's do it this way so you see what the point structure is. Caterpillar's putting 7 points in. Goldman's putting 6. Home Depot's putting 2 in. It's going to be interesting.
Home Depot's putting 5.
5 in, yeah. What's going to be interesting is that, you stay right there, folks. Tommy and I will be coming right back with us with the gas numbers. Dow Industrials right now up 19. NASDAQ just went negative by 1. S&Ps are up 5.5. We're going to bring it back. If you're looking to unearth a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Core Commodity CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 4 equally weighted commodities: gold, copper, WTI oil, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With no pricing caps, you can potentially earn an unlimited upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across semi-annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There's no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. Don't miss out. With certain commodities on the rebound, now is the time to take advantage.
The March 23rd funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once more, that's 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks.
It looks like the stockpiles rose 2 billion cubic feet.
Yep.
I'm not sure the median estimate, but Bloomberg estimate was maybe 6 billion cubic feet a rise, so pretty close, but a little bit less. They expected maybe 6. They got 2. Prices rising. We were at about 328 before that news, and we're getting a little acceleration to the bullish side. We are. Yeah.
So that UNG that wants to do that ABC structure on the way up. Interesting. Let's pull that back up for a second. So this
UNG just and I just saw as you were going through there, as you're pulling it up, that the median estimate looks like was +8. So Bloomberg estimate was +6, median estimate was +8, and it came in at +2.
Right, which is not a big build, right? Yeah.
No, and no matter what it is, it's all about expectations. So regardless of what it is, it's what it is compared to what the market was looking for. You know.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go to our man Mike in Somerville. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
All right, hey guys. First of all, the first thing I got to say is that guy Steve's got an amazing voice. Number one, the guy that answers the phone.
He does.
You hear him on the ads.
You got to check out his radio show sometime.
Yeah,
it is awesome. Totally.
Yeah, he just told me that the last 2 times ago. He did like an introduction. I go, Steve, you got an amazing voice. He goes, yeah, I'm the guy on the ads. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it.
You should hear him spin records.
That's what I'm saying.
It's unbelievable.
There you go.
The show is phenomenal.
I didn't even know. I wasn't even sure it was him at first. His voice was so good. Just, it's a professional.
Right.
Do it up.
Right.
Perfect.
That's what I'm saying, brother. I just realized it myself, Tommy. I just realized it myself.
Perfect.
He is awesome. But anyway, so listen. I have a couple little bullet points. Number one, Tom, we are probably going through our worst spring ever in the history of my 55 years on the earth up here, me and Basil.
Really? And man, it must be pretty bad because we've had some bad springs.
I know, right?
Yeah.
55 years. You Southie guys, man. Everything's the biggest, best, brightest, most extravagant today and only today. But go for it.
Well, listen, hey, you know what? Everyone can't be from God's country. What can they do, Mike? You know what I mean? It's like, give me a break.
Hey, Tommy, I'll tell you one thing, and this is the honest to God's truth. If I saw the sun once in 3 weeks so far, that's what I'm talking about.
No, I know. Anytime you're getting snow, man, in April, I feel for you. We're down here,
Yeah,
so.
but Tom, we can handle the snow on April 1st. Tom remembers that storm back then, but I haven't seen the sun.
Yeah, the sun is
the grayness is
right.
the deal.
We talk about that, Mike. The grayness. It's not just the temperature, the snow. It's the grayness. It is.
Yeah.
We're lucky down here. Blue skies are the standard. Which
All right, Tommy. The one thing I had to say was Tom, why don't you talk about your real estate fund more? I mean, that thing that's an awesome thing you guys do for 4%.
Yeah, no, I know that. I guess it's a flow of how the markets go. I know what you're saying, though. Do you know what I mean? Because what I've thought many times too is just bringing in other people that understand other aspects of the real estate market, so that other listeners can get that too.
Sure.
There's no doubt, and I agree. I mean, and I'll do some work on that. Because
Tom, I retired, so. You know the position I'm in, that you got to try to get the best yield on your money. So, when you look at a 4% yield, it's like, wow, that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we give them 5. And what you were going to make sure of, though, and this is the most important thing, is that you're going to get your principal back no matter what you do. That's the essence, And
No, exactly. When you're giving somebody your money, like you say, it's got to be safe. That's the number one thing, right?
No doubt.
I was just thinking of that the other day, obviously. But, Tom, I did the Nadex weekly just a little while ago, but I did the 1260 till tomorrow. What do you think? I mean, you think I got a chance on that
1260 gold?
Yeah.
Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, let's take a look. So we were at 1260 last night. Now, what's surprising, folks, in the gold market, and even when I was getting the calls yesterday, this has been a challenge, period, going into this swing point. And, yesterday I was even saying, I don't expect it to change. And then last night, folks, if you were trading last night, the bottom line is that gold took off big time. And then it just gave it up. I mean, it was at 1261 last night at about 8:30 when I was home. Yeah.
What time is this? 7:30 was its high.
Yeah. And
at night. And
right.
What are we approaching there? Yeah, 1260.84.
Yeah. And then what happened is that, and the Nikkei was down 1.5% last night, so that went along with it. And then it just started giving it up again.
Just real quick before we'll jump back to the Bloomberg, because I know you're going to pull up the charts there. But so, Mike, you're trading the weeklies, right? What did you get in there? Just so, like, about $25, somewhere around there, or where?
Oh, actually, yeah, Tom. No, it's $5. It was $5 less because then it
moved. That's why I asked. So about 20, risking 20 to make like 80. We pull up these weeklies sometimes. I just want people to see them because we don't cover them a lot. And we're at 1254, anywhere over 1260.5. You're risking 20, you're risking 25 to hopefully for 100.
I like that trade. Yeah. I definitely like that trade.
Especially getting some volatility yesterday. Hopefully you have 2 days, tomorrow. Now the weeklies in gold, I think those are 130 tomorrow that they expire.
Yes. And you know what, Mike, today is going to be the kicker, I expect. So if we go back to the yen, what has happened, folks, is this. The yen has been moving more so on our sessions than their own sessions, which is pretty amazing, okay? So the yen got up to 110.98. Well, yesterday it got up to 111.45, and then in our session just gave it up. So when I'm looking at the yen today, I'm looking, that, okay, let's see if we can give it up during the session again.
Sure.
What is unusual, and so if the yen does give it up, it gets stronger, then the gold market itself will get stronger.
Yeah, and the way I keep that in perspective in my own head, and I know there's a lot of relationships, is that, you're looking at the price of the yen in dollars, you're looking at the price of gold in dollars.
Right.
So if, both of those are getting priced in dollars, if the yen's getting stronger, gold will get stronger, because maybe it's just the dollar doing all the movement. It doesn't, but that's how I keep it in my head to know the correlation. Think of it as the dollar moving, and it's going to affect.
I had a question yesterday, in the afternoon, from Frank from Gloucester, asking me, well, what do you think fundamentally is? And I don't know.
Sure, right. No,
I just don't know. Yeah. But I know it's a direct correlation. I mean, it's so quick, it's unbelievable.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Tommy, you are really getting this stuff I'm telling you, really good, man. You are getting this stuff good, brother.
I'll tell you, folks, he's been on the payroll forever, man.
I know, right? We get commercials every day. It's perfect.
I'm only kidding, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate it.
We always love your calls, Mike. Seriously, man.
That's amazing. That's amazing how good your son is doing at this stuff. This is really, it's really complicated stuff, man. All right, guys.
He's like Walter Cronkite, man. He's gonna blow me away.
You guys.
Don't you think, Mike? Seriously, right?
Can we please, gentlemen, contain yourselves?
Look, he's gonna get all. He's gonna.
I'm not
tell
getting
me
embarrassed.
He's
You're
gonna
kind
tell
of
me to
off the
be
mark.
quiet.
Walter Cronkite. Come on, man.
Well,
Whoa.
it's so. He was one of the best guys ever in the news
That's why I don't
business.
want to be compared to him, all right?
Why not?
Because we're doing a show
Tommy, I
on
get
stocks,
your
not
point.
like world news affecting the entire globe.
Well, we might.
Well, you know,
we
why
might,
can't you just be
we
Walter
might, we
Cronkite,
might,
you
we
know?
might change the MO around here.
Yeah, let's change the MO around here.
I think we.
Tommy, you don't remember how we respected Walter Cronkite our whole lives. He was
Oh,
like
listen, I have nothing but respect for him. That's what I'm saying. Don't put me in that ballpark just yet. That's not fair to him. There we go.
All right, buddy. I hear you, brother. But your father's putting you there, so that's a good thing.
There
buddy.
you go,
All right,
for sure, man.
Cooking,
Awesome.
man.
Thanks as always, Mike.
Have a great one, Mike. Have a safe one.
Yeah, so we don't jump around on the weeklies, but that was nice. We used to pull these up, and that's where you just jump on that demo account.
You know what? I gotta look at those weeklies more myself. I for $20 for 80, that wouldn't be bad.
No,
you know,
you got 2 days, and you know when you have some movement ahead of it, right? You know, you have the potential because that's what you're looking for. You're going to be $6 out of the money in gold there, which is some movement over 2 days, and realistically, 2 days we're talking about barely, really it's 27 hours.
And the jobs numbers tomorrow morning.
That's true. Very
Stay
true.
right there. Tommy and I are coming right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So Dow Industrials right now up 28. You get the Nasdaq just went negative. S&Ps are up 5.5. And so check this out. This is going to get intriguing to see where this is going to shake out, folks. Okay, so you got the Gary Cohn.
I think so. Yes, Cohn.
So Gary Cohn, who is basically in charge of economics at the White House now.
He's the economic advisor.
Yeah, he was the Goldman Sachs president. And he's coming across, in private meetings with lawmakers, White House economic advisor Gary Cohn said he supports a policy that would radically reshape Wall Street's biggest firms by separating their consumer lending business from their investment banks. Now, see, I remember this. This is the Glass-Steagall Act, okay? So what ended up happening there is that you had banks that would lend money.
Sure.
And you had banks that would be an investment banker and go out to the marketplace.
Sure.
And the reason this came into being, folks, after the Depression, because what happened is this, is that in the Depression, all the big banks turn around and lend you the money to get you to go in public, and it ended up being a big cesspool.
Okay, say that one again.
So what ends up happening is that the reason that they did it in the first place is that if I'm a bank, I'll lend you the money to get going.
A retail person?
Yeah, or a company.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to lend you the money.
Okay.
Then what ends up happening, I build you up, and then I send you public, and I send you out to the public.
Sure.
Okay, so the conflict of interest, of course, is that I'm lending you all the money, number one, getting you public, and what ended up happening, of course, they sold it to the public, and a lot of those companies never should have got money in the first place.
Okay.
Okay. So what they did is that they separated the aspect in the banking structure is that who can lend money versus who is an investment bank and
Sure.
brings people public. Okay.
Sure.
Now, what's intriguing about this is that Goldman Sachs. Okay. Bottom line, well, all these banks when this happened, when they changed the law and they allowed them to do both, immediately that's when the banks got so much bigger because
Sure.
they ate everyone else, okay? Now, this article is saying that they didn't expect that Cohn would go along it coming from Goldman Sachs. But to me, that totally makes sense because of the fact that Goldman Sachs, okay, is and always has been a huge investment banker, right?
Okay.
So what happens there is that, when you're looking at the XLE, it's like, why are these stocks getting weaker? Right?
Okay.
And so it would be, if that comes into being, every year now what ends up happening is that all these banks vie to be like the number one of doing IPOs, because that's where the big money is now.
Sure. So let's just read through what even is, because it's talking about exactly what, a separation of the investment and commercial banking would have a potentially bigger impact on global firms that have a bigger consumer banking unit, an analyst at Keefe said. And then they go, Goldman is an example of a firm that doesn't do much consumer lending, while its peers, such as JP Morgan, will be forced to make dramatic changes.
Right.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
It is. It's and this is something that can actually get done quicker.
Sure. And it's the banking system is crucial in terms of not having banks be at risk, right? And that's where the crux of the argument comes in terms of, you have banks that are supporting the entire economic system, lending out money, whether it's for, and this is said consumer lending, and so that's where I know it goes to businesses you're tying in too, but really that speaks to the consumer side where you have all these house loan, whatever it is, right? And then you have the companies that are doing that, then playing high risk leverage, games, which obviously anybody listening to this show doesn't have to think hard enough to see the implications that can have.
Yeah.
But
so that's
surprise, surprise. That he wants something that might benefit Goldman Sachs.
That's right. No, totally.
Yeah.
And because I think the perception was that anyone in the banking business did not want that to change. But when you look at the structure of what you get in an investment bank, the fees are so much more. I mean, they get a lot of fees in, consumer lending and all that too. But pushing IPOs out is the big number, and bonds. Okay, that's what it comes down to. Market-wise out here, bottom line is that this thing is just basically consolidating.
Jumping around a little bit.
Yeah, the NQs here. It's going to be interesting to see how it handles. Like right now, we still have a high volume low at the low of today, which is the 53. I'm sorry, I got to sneeze.
Oh, it's coming. Bless you.
Sorry, folks. Excuse me.
You're all set.
Which is at that. We're at 54.24. We get a high volume low at 54.10, not at the low of the day. We went to 53.90 last night. Yesterday though, that I was lucky that I actually had a NASDAQ spread along with my gold spread because I got killed on my gold.
Yeah.
And you know what happened? And I knew, remember we were talking, what happens, folks, and this is what's important to understand. When I knew when I was putting the trade on, it was a 130 trade.
And that's where, so that's 130, almost literally the peak of the NASDAQ.
Right.
And gold was trading similar. And just so that people can know that's where gold was at its lowest probably, right? Or either way, it was out of the money.
It was out of the money, exactly. And by the end of the, by 4 o'clock, it was in the money by $5.50.
Yeah.
You know, but that doesn't matter.
Right.
But what did happen was that, thank God I had that NASDAQ spread, because I almost got the full spread, which is very unusual. Let's put it that way.
Sure. I mean, I mean, you got from, you're talking about 54.80 down to 54.10, 70-point move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
they only make 80-point spreads on. So far.
Right.
No, I hear you. No.
And you know, when you go over, let's go actually take a look at some of these high flyers. So Amazon's at 905. I think the high now is 933. Yeah, 923.
Did you see the article that I sent you about them talking about shipping in China?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so what it is that they were talking about they might try and upend the shipping. And I guess in China right now, and I'm just going to do a summation, probably get some of it wrong, but they offer shipping services, basically almost to anybody, because they're building out an infrastructure that can handle so much shipping.
Right.
So originally it was just if you're an Amazon seller, you could ship stuff. But now almost anybody can. Do you want to ship something? Ship it through Amazon. So they're saying they're going to force FedEx, UPS to start competing on a higher platform because they're really building out such an infrastructure for shipping. And they just talked about how it's kind of the way that their Amazon Web Services went, where they were building out such databases for their own use.
Exactly.
That they said, why don't we just, we have the infrastructure. We have the infrastructure.
It brings the expenses
Let's add
down.
more. Same thing. They're going to have the shipping infrastructure. So they're just going to start offering it more. And they've built it up in China. And they're saying the next logical step is to bring it across the globe. I know. It makes sense too.
Oh,
it
totally makes sense.
Every U.S. Postal Service truck that we see, you said, they're full of Amazon. That's why I left. They're all full of Amazon. They have been for years almost.
Right.
So it makes sense.
Wild.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at the Great Panther. One of the Tigers want to look at Great Panther. So this is a silver company, folks. The low for the year out here is 92 cents. The high is 228. You're trading at 163.
And that's the 52-week low when you say that, right?
Yes, that is the 52-week low. Bottom line is that, it needs a sign of strength. It's bouncing around just like the rest of these equities are. It already tested its lower price point, and as long as it's 158, I believe. That's the number. Where is this 158 I have? Yeah, there it is right there. So 158 is the number you got to keep an eye on.
December 16th.
Yeah.
High of that bar.
And that's on a weekly,
Okay, cool.
So it tested that, rejected it, And
go back to the main screen.
I can definitely understand why.
We'll get the numbers, and I'm just going to jump back real quick to see where our natural gas is jumping around. Where are we? You know what? We'll get it afterwards. Unfortunately, we're not on the right screen.
Okay, we'll be right back, folks.
Nope, that's the end of the show. That's what I was... Oh, no. Good. All right. That's why I was panicking to get it in.
We'll be right back.
One more second.
Okay.
Awesome.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. If we take a look at this natural gas contract.
Yeah, so we pulled it up, and it's giving us a little action in this 5-minute bar as we come into. So we got 6 minutes to 11, but we were looking at one of the 11 a.m.s, right?
Yes.
We were looking at one of the 12 noon ones as well. The 11 a.m.s was going to be the positive one because 325
was biased to the positive.
Yeah, and that really just would have been a positive trade, basically, risking about 35. I think it was at 328.5, right? Yeah, about $35. So that would be a profitable trade, of course. The other one was going to be 330 at noon, and that one would have been, we would have had about 8 ticks to the downside of value, but that was pretty close. And then that one we were risking same thing, about like 35, but that one was the multi-leg trade, and we're only $22 away from that point right now.
Right.
Right. We're 2.1 pennies away from that point right now, which is $21. So that would be a losing trade if we had made that one. So, and again, when you're only talking about a 4 to 6 billion cubic feet miss, that's not dramatic in how those numbers can come in sometimes.
The thing that is intriguing, though, just on a longer term basis, that it looks like this natural gas does want to go a little bit higher.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying the whole time.
Right.
So, I'm sure if I forced you to take one of those trades, you probably would have went for that 325 bullish trade.
Yeah, because the UNG took out the B point yesterday with volume.
Right.
So that's a small ABC structure on the way up.
Yeah.
So what we have here, market-wise out here, folks, let's go over the S&Ps just for a second. So the S&Ps, right now, you're up 6.5. That thing is also just oscillating right around this 2354 number. And that's ICE, too, by the way, folks. Okay, this is where we came down. You came down hard. You came down, to this floor that we've been trading, on a short-term basis. But you can see it's pretty clear. It's like, okay, the seller that was there at, 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, that's,
Sure, we're running into that level.
We're running into it. If you can take it out, guess what? You'll be right back up to those higher levels. Some of the gold is at that 590. Where's the yen? The yen is at 110.90. Dollar index, DXM7. So the dollar index. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Okay, so we got some juice. You stay right there. Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next. Then we're going to swim lessons. Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself will be back. But I like how this dollar.
And Andy Hecht. That was a quick summation you just gave there.
And I'm Mr. Andy Hecht.
There you go.
Yeah. So I like what this dollar is doing, meaning that it's pressing lower once again. You got the nice bump up last night. And that bump up was, by the way, folks, okay, Draghi came out last night. So the dollar went up, the euro went down, the yen went up. gold gave back. What that was all about is that Draghi was out there saying that, hey, we're not going to tighten as fast as people think we're going to tighten.
Okay.
You know, and that's where that movement came. And you'll see the euro. Look at the euro. My God. The euro went from 106, folks, down to, so 106.79 down to 106.29. And then it made it all the way back out.
Yeah, that's pretty much right. Yeah,
pretty upside. But that's what that's all about. So that was, as he was saying, he was very dovish. You know, it looks to me like the markets though like the movement right now, and they want to move. It's like no matter what people are saying. You know, you're getting a two-way movement in the currencies and
it's funny what one day can do to you.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no.
That's for
sure.
You know, we'll see where it shakes out.
We'll see. A lot of daytime trading left.
Oh, big time.
I mean, it's 5 hours left in the trading day.
And you can expect all the surprises to be the downside.
And like you said, jobs number tomorrow morning. So
the jobs number. You stay right there, man. Mr. Basil Chapman's going to come up next, growling a problem with you folks. Dow up 36, NASDAQ up 9, S&P's up 7. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.